Jim Kwik.
Love this conversation. I think the majority of limits are learned, and I could give you stories and anecdotes around that and some research. I think my purpose in life, because I was labeled limited in a way. We talked about this when I was on your show earlier about having my traumatic brain injury and being labeled the boy with the broken brain and my learning difficulties. I wanted to offer real hope and real help to those who are told we're limited in some way. And I really don't believe that the sky's a limit. I believe our minds are the limit. There are all kinds of examples every day that when we change our mindset, some kind of form of our motivation or the methods we're using, that we could do things that we could redraw the borders and boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
And then you exemplify that. You embody this idea of becoming more limitless.
Well, I think it was for me too, and thank you for saying that, but I think it was the same thing for me where I had also subscribed to the limits I thought society placed on me. And when you start to break one limit and you see this like light shining through a crack and you're like, oh, like this limit can actually be broken. You then start thinking, well, how many limits can we break, right? Like that's where I'm at right now, but I wasn't always like that. I think it's important to talk about that there was a time in my life where I was living in the rules, within the barriers. And now I'm at a place in my life where I'm like, well, which barriers can we push? And that journey for me has been an exciting one and a fun one. Tell me now, like, what do you think is the difference between open-mindedness, like believing in the limitless, versus delusion? Because there's also a fine line on that side as well. Like, is there a line? And how have you thought about that? And even if we don't have an answer, I want to figure that out with you. Yeah.
I think behind any kind of result in our life, we need to do a new behavior or a new set of behaviors. I think in order to be able to execute that behavior, we need a mindset or a belief that allows that to be possible. The one that's very famous, Roger Bannister in 1950s, he broke the 4-minute mile, and what happened after that, right? Other people started breaking it, and there were big advancements in shoe technology, nutritional support, training methodologies, but there was a change in belief about what was possible because it wasn't a real limit. And so even when people are training, he wasn't necessarily delusional. I don't think just because if you believe it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I feel like if we don't believe it, it dramatically reduces the chance of it happening, because we're not active for it.
Yeah.
And so many people, they're shrinking what's possible to fit their minds. And I would always say, what if we did the opposite? What if we expanded our minds in this situation to fit more of what's really possible?
Yeah. I think that's a great answer.
Yeah, one thing that I learned about Jim is he can become limited because he was like brain damaged. Even his students, whatever his friends, they told him like he cannot learn, or he was so dumb, or he had like a brain injury or something. But he came up with this book Limitless, and then he just proved them that you can train your mind to be limitless, not limited. So it's not even the sky is not the limit, the brain is the limit. Like it's unlimited, pretty much you're limitless. So finding that path is the best way to to experience how much can go far with your mind. So it's limitless, so you can create whatever you want. And if people tell you like you're not capable, you can do this, but as long as you just have a silent place to yourself and then be with you and then just rehearsal and learn, and then you can become a limitless. So the book Limitless is a very good book to read. So hope this thing makes sense to you guys, and then thank you so much, Jim, for sharing this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.